June 24th, 2013, Asia. Gary wants to live in Russia, and so he's more active in practicing the language than I am. At one of our ice cream stops, he chatted with the cashier who told him that in February, a meteorite exploded over Russia and landed in the lake across the street. I remember seeing the dashcam videos in the news. The space rock burned across the morning sky, and the sonic boom broke windows on the ground. I even saw pictures of the snow-covered lake where the debris landed, which was suddenly right in front of me, now fully thawed. Stepping back outside, I looked upward suspiciously, checking for signs that the sky was about to fall. I was relieved to see that all the clouds appeared to be in the right places. The road through the mountains has signs marking the grade and length of every hill, but the grade was always wrong, and the lengths were consistently off by a kilometer or more. Someone went through the trouble of making and installing hundreds of these signs, but ignored the part that made them useful. Even on short hills, where the top was clearly visible from the bottom, the signs were obviously wrong. Doing nothing would have been better. At least the drivers wouldn't be deceived. Gary and I are deep in the Ural Mountains, which marks the border between Europe and Asia. Neither of us have ever been to Asia before, and we were both excited to arrive. Gary asked at a cafe where Asia begins, then relayed the man's reply. He said Russia is not Asia, only Kazakhstan and Mongolia are Asia. The cultural demarcation seemed to not match the geographical one. I had little hope that there would be a sign, but in the afternoon, I crested the last hill of Europe to discover a marker made of concrete, stone, and steel. One side read Asia, and the other side, Europa. Gary and I cheered and congratulated each other. I was glad he's with me to share the moment. I sat in the shade of the sign to reflect on the fact that I had just ridden a bicycle across the continent of Europe. The sense of accomplishment was amazing, and I was awash in a joyous feeling of pride. But I also wasn't done. My excitement for Asia pulled me forward, and I felt the momentum of 8,600 kilometers behind me. With one more pedal stroke, I began to roll downhill, beginning the crossing of another continent, a bigger one. Tonight, I'm in a grove of aspen trees with a magnificent wide view of the fields and forests. Clouds drift by. The sun is slowly setting. Honeybees dance between the wildflowers. The spot is beautiful, warm and serene. This is my first impression of Asia, and a good one.